With the breakdown of the medieval system, the gods of chaos, lunacy, and bad taste gained ascendancy. Ignatius Riley, taken from his Big Chief notebook. A Confederacy of Dunces, written by John Kennedy Toole and published by Penguin Classics, traces the life and misadventures of Ignatius Riley. Born, raised, and currently living in New Orleans, Louisiana, with his flamboyant widow of a mother, this quirky protagonist is described by the author in the following way. A green hunting cap squeezed the top of a fleshy balloon of a head. The green ear flaps full of large ears and uncut hair, and the fine bristles that grew in the ears themselves stuck out on either side like turn signals indicating two directions at once. Full pursed lips protruded beneath a bushy black mustache, and at their corners sank into little folds filled with disapproval and potato chip crumbs. Ignatius was dressed comfortably and sensibly. The huntsman's cap prevented head colds. The voluminous tweed trousers were durable and permitted unusually free locomotion. Their pleats and nooks contained pockets of warm, stale air that soothed Ignatius. The outfit was acceptable by any theological or geometrical standards, however abstruse, and suggested a rich inner life. Indeed, many of the characters, including Riley's confidant Mira Minkoff, his mother Mrs. Irene Riley, Santa, her best friend, Trixie, Riley's co-worker, and Burma Jones, are complex and complete, and Toole goes to great pains to establish their inner lives, which he contrasts with their outer appearances. The book itself, like its protagonist, is a bit snarky and must be read with its tongue-in-cheek nature in mind to avoid offense. However, if the reader can get past this intentional irony, it paints a picture of its contemporaneous culture, the early 1960s, and moreover, the colorful location of New Orleans. On the cusp of the race riots, the feminist movement, and the Stonewall fight for gay equality, and at a time wherein the conservative 1950s culture was giving rise to a more liberal ideological framework, the setting offers up figurative gumbo pot wherein all of these issues are given voice. It was possibly the ways in which this text addresses such issues that led to its not only being published posthumously, but also its receiving the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1981, more than a decade after its author's demise. Told from an omniscient perspective that delves into the actions and the thoughts of its myriad characters, it is hard to describe the journey on which this book takes its reader, or to give adequate explanation regarding the conflicts each character endures. Likewise, it is difficult to ascribe a happy or a tragic ending to this tale. Like Ignatius himself, to attempt to do so would equally give my valve a close. So maybe it's best to defer to the one who knows it best, its first publisher, Walker Percy. Ignatius Riley is, according to the man who first published this manuscript, without progenitor in any literature I know of, a slob extraordinaire, a mad Oliver Hardy, a fat Don Quixote, a perverse Thomas Aquinas rolled into one. Walker Percy was first approached by Toole's mother, who was shopping around the manuscript for her son. Percy admits that he had throughout his career received many unsolicited novels, but uncharacteristically promised to read this one, given its tragic history. Toole apparently put his heart and soul into this book, and upon failing to get it published, took his own life. His mother had confidence, however, in her son's talent, and made it her mission to see this novel published, and with Percy she succeeded. Percy delved into the manuscript with the belief that he would only need to read a few pages before discovering that it was not worthy of publication, but he read on, and within a few pages discovered and became convinced of the merit of A Confederacy of Dunces. Why don't you read this book for yourself by checking it out as an ebook or click and collect?